Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. Going home. When Ezra starts to pack and the remaining human troops begin to mobilize for the long, long march home, Rayla disappears. Admittedly, Callum's first instinct is to panic. The last time she was out of his sight, she tackled Viren off the edge of the pinnacle, and he counts his lucky stars he'd been there to watch her do it. She's well-intended and noble, for sure, but he still doesn't like the way she thinks she's so unimportant. Panic is, in his honest opinion, a relatively reasonable way to react. But he doesn't panic. Or rather, he tries his best not to. They're safe now, he reminds himself, and the war is over. And they're going home. There's nothing to panic over. She's probably talking to Queen Zuiba, or saying goodbye to Zim, or something. Maybe she just needed some space. It happens. But then Ez is ready to go, and most of the troops have started moving, and Rayla still hasn't appeared. He asks everyone. No one knows where she is, other people hadn't even noticed she disappeared in the first place, which feels like a crime in and of itself. How do people not notice her absence when it darkens every room? And it's only as Aunt Amaya signs that it's time to leave that Callum remembers the one place he hasn't checked. You go ahead, he tells the others. We'll catch up. He finds her, at last, in the quarters of the old guard. Callum's heart settles at once at the sight of her, but it quickens again when he studies her posture. Chin on her knees, hood over her head, eyes set sadly on the foot of the bed. He wonders vaguely if this might have been one of her parents' beds, once upon a time, and if maybe she'd come here because she misses them. But then she would have told him, he thinks. This feels like something else. Hey, he greets gently, easing himself into her side. You okay? The corners of her lips twitch, but she sniffles, and it altogether ruins any pretense she might have had. I'm fine, she murmurs. Why aren't you with the others? Callum frowns at her. Why aren't you? Rayla shrugs. I feel like I would have just gotten in the way, she says quietly. It's not like I have much to pack.
I mean, sure, I guess, says Callum, but we've been ready to go for ages. We were waiting on you.
Why?
Why?
Callum stares at her, his brow knitted together in his confusion.
We're going home.
Rayla snorts miserably into her arms. That's all well and good for you, she snaps, her voice cold. But I don't have a home to go back to anymore. I don't have anywhere. Callum stares some more. Had he not... Oh, he'd forgotten. After all that, how could he have forgotten? He had to get Ez to pull rank on Ophelia and everything. And it was supposed to be a funny story he was going to tell Rayla later, but in all the fuss, he had forgotten to tell her at all. He shakes his head at his own stupidity, and he slips his hand under Rayla's and pulls her up.
Don't be ridiculous. He says, of course you've got somewhere. You're coming home with us.
The hardness in Rayla's eyes falters. I'm what now?
Yeah, this one's on me. Callum flushes, looking sheepish. We cleared it up a couple of days ago, and I guess I just forgot to tell you. There's a home for you in Catullus. If you want it, I mean. I guess I sort of assumed you knew.
She stares at him now, but it's nice to see her postures loosened a little. She's not so shut up anymore, which he counts as a win already. You did that?
I mean, Callum shuffles a little. Ez did too. Mostly me, though. You can't seriously have thought we'd left you to go back to the Silver Grove after what they did to you. You deserve so much better than that. In any case, Catullus isn't really home for me anymore, you know. Or at least it won't be without you.
He grimaces.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Are you mad?
Rayla's still kind of staring at him, but she unfolds entirely at last to wrap her arms around his neck. Callum grins into her hair, relishing the warmth of her embrace.
I take it you're not mad.
I am a little. Comes her muffled reply. You should have said something before.
Yeah, he snorts. Sorry, my bad. Let's go home?
Rayla nods. Yeah, she whispers. Let's go home.